just like all these Seattle football fans.
Well, it's oh god. I think they just lost too.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Oh yeah, my phone's recording. I can't.
So, welcome to the show. Consider the show. Consider. And I am that I am. Some call me Haru.
Some call me Jadon.
Yes, sir. And this is episode 9 for you. So we're just stepping up the game. Matter of fact, this episode we're actually journeying into more of a. We're giving you some of the business side of, I guess, Konsider.
Okay.
You know, some of the hard work, the challenge of building target audiences and building value. That's basically what we're going to be talking about here, developing value. And what do value mean to you? And I'm just coming off some things, some ideologies and things I read and things I've experienced. And what is real value? What is value to you? What do you see in value? Like value in a book, value in...
Yeah, it depends what we're talking about, of course. But
Yes.
I think value comes with whatever it is we're talking about. It's worth more to you than the monetary value of it.
Sure.
That's value.
For sure.
And in a basic sense. At least that's what I think.
Yes, and
You
that's
got
a
your
great
money's
point.
worth.
Yeah, and that's a great point, because we're tending to look at. It's interesting how you have these business models, especially in the cannabis industry, popping up everywhere. I mean, literally popping up everywhere. People are getting creative. People are utilizing other opportunities, connecting with how they putting things together, finding avenues, you know what I'm saying? But what distinguish their value from Konsider? What distinguish their value from Leaflet or some of the products we have been journeying into, even this distributor. I keep saying distributor. Why do I keep saying that? But dispensaries, these different dispensaries out here, like Greenside Recreational out here located in the Des Moines area. You know what I'm saying? And it's interesting how what makes their value better than the other dispensary down the road or in Renton or Kent. Why do you go there? It may be convenience, it may be the service, but what is really, when you think about it, because it's always a psychological connection. You know what I'm saying?
Well, at least that's what they're trying to. That's
Exactly.
what everyone's trying to.
Exactly.
You know.
And that's some of the things what we're trying. No, let me rephrase that. What we're doing over here at Konsider. I want to build relationships with those out there who know what we're doing, what we're offering. You know, we're not trying to break nobody off. I mean, we're giving you value that I think it's worth the cost,
Sure.
worth the time, worth the energy. You know, it's very interesting because when we really, one of the questions I would ask too or pose to formal businesses or whatnot, just how do you go about, for you being a entrepreneur, being in the tech industry, what is some of your ideologies on value making or developing a value with your clients? What are some of the things you think is important? Oh, wow.
Well, what happened there? Well, for me, I think this is where you have to look at your target audience a bit and be like, okay, who are my competitors in the same field? Who are they? What are they doing? What are they charging? What are they missing? How can you be different than them? And so in what I do, I tend to think it's be Mr. Customer Service guy
For sure.
for an IT. Because there's a lot of IT, there's a lot of smart cats out there. I think I'm pretty smart. I'm not the smartest, that's for damn sure. There's always going to be someone better.
No doubt.
No matter how much you think you're the man or whatever, there's always someone better. But anywho, what makes you, us, any different? That's what you got to figure out with all that I just said.
Indeed.
And do that, and that's the best shot. Basically, is you got to do what the others aren't and do it better, and so people are just like, wow,
Indeed.
this is different.
Indeed.
I don't even care how much it costs. I got to get involved in this.
Indeed, and that's one of the things that we want to get more people participating. You can like this video, you can subscribe to this video, the video series. What we're actually bringing, we're stepping the game up. That's what I think Konsider Group is actually doing. KonsiderMagazine, however you want to look at us. We're basically stepping the game up. We're doing something totally different from all our competitors. I'm talking all the magazines out there, and I'm not being arrogant or being boasting or anything, but we're doing something totally different. We're bringing we're bringing video on an element where we're talking about real subject matters, real things that develop value, because the real thing is content, right? Content-driven information. Regardless of what field, what industry you in, it's the content that is actually compelling.
Always has been.
Yes. And as we look at these models, that's why we're stepping the game up here at Konsider. We're stepping the game up because we're looking at it more as a GQ or a Time magazine, or high end. You see what I'm saying? Giving you high end value, something you can use in your everyday life. You see what I'm saying? That's what's so cool about our discussions here, what we talking about, these subject matters. Now you can Google this, you can do YouTube this, and you won't find value in what brothers is talking about unless you come into Konsider Magazine. Think about it. Or Konsider Group.
That's why I'm here.
Exactly. We're developing this content, but at the same time, we're doing things like what you're going to be seeing a lot more. We're going to be talking about value, stepping the game up. Literally talking about different books. For example, this is valued. I value books. Period. I value books in general. But at the same time, it's what the information is actually providing you. And how to use it, too. That's one key thing, is how to prepare it, how to organize it. You see what I'm saying? And that's one, even with the customer service aspect of it, because these businesses, is interesting how when we're working with advertisers, it's interesting, they want to know my numbers. They want to know our numbers, right?
Sure.
So the key thing is this. Now I can see if I'm Cannabis Now magazine or High Times, been around for a while, then I can have some concrete numbers, boom, boom, boom. But at the same time, we are a starting bootstrap type business model. Obviously,
we're not starting with any loans or nothing.
Exactly. We're straight up coming out of cash, out of pocket, developing certain systems where we can actually incorporate more people, get more awareness going on, at the same time getting supporters, developing the supporters, developing unique systems. Look at the website. We're definitely getting there. Thanks to this brother.
Just did a lot of work today, and now it kind of looks like something, doesn't
exactly. It? So, and we know as we get better, as life get better, as things get better, we're going to be incorporating more writers. We're going to be incorporating more unique users. You're going to start seeing more dispensary articles, just definitely some things that kind of going to be more compelling, because the basic idea is develop content and develop discussion base, where people are talking about certain issues like what we're talking about, embracing and kind of incorporating all these beeps and
not
phone calls.
We owe them all beers.
Exactly.
Anytime, so that's me. I owe all of our audience beers, and so now you're next.
He said that.
That's the rule.
Yeah,
that's the podcast rule.
We got to do something. Maybe even
everyone gets a joint.
Or maybe we can do push-ups. All the subscribers.
We do push-ups, or they do push-ups.
We can do push. Let's challenge them out there. That's the challenge. If y'all start subscribing, when y'all start subscribing, how many subscribers we subscribe that week, we'll do push-ups. How about that? Or burpees. One of them. That's a challenge. That's a challenge. But at the same time, we're fitness here too. You know what I'm saying? And we're bridging we're developing systems, like I said before, we're developing these systems to communicate with you, to talk with you, to get an understanding what's going on, how you feeling about certain situations that concurrently happens, and all of a sudden it's been written a few years ago and all of a sudden it's popping up now, you know, and people are like, oh, that happened, it was planned to happen, like everything else, right? But we don't pay attention to that because what? We're so caught up in the limelight, we're so caught up in the illusion, you know. Because I don't, like I said, it's interesting how the value of certain entities, especially when it's an illusion, a big illusion, when it's a fake, you know. Think about it. When it's a big fake, we fall into it, we get into it, and then we think that's value. Like, for example, why do we support Michael Jordan? Okay, we have these, let me qualify that per se. Let me qualify that per se. Because I know a lot of people out there are Michael Jordan lovers or whatever you want to call it, and the Jordans and whatnot. We got to understand this. Okay, this man, he did his thing, Bootstrap story, you know, we get all that. Lost all these so-called championships to, you know, Detroit. They finally beat Detroit. He finally got in there, took all these championships. Not knocking that. Okay. But then we got to realize how certain elements are pushing these entities, or pushing these certain icons or symbols.
Well, sure. I mean,
we're
talking basketball.
You know, and
I'll talk basketball.
Or entertainment. We're talking entertainment.
Sure.
How do we value that? Just like all these Seattle football fans.
Well, it's oh god. I think they just lost too.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Oh yeah, my phone's recording. I can't.
But at the same time,
okay.
It's an understanding of how that value is developed.
Well,
you see what I'm saying?
I mean, so as far as NBA basketball, the value of what the NBA did, they made Jordan seem like a must watch, a must pay attention to.
Exactly.
Anything to do with them. If you were not even a basketball fan, you knew who Michael Jordan was, right?
No doubt. Indeed,
you know, and since Jordan's retired, they've been trying ever since to shoehorn someone into that spot.
Exactly.
They tried with
LeBron,
Kobe.
Dwayne,
Kobe was probably the closest, by far the closest.
Yes.
Probably most people are going to know Kobe Bryant, but you know, they tried it with Dwayne Wade.
For sure.
You know, but they're trying to give you the value in a cookie cutter. Okay, it's gonna be they're all, you know, so-called black men, a certain height, a certain background, play a certain way.
Yeah, profile.
You know, that's what they feel like is the valuable thing to do. Does it work? Damn sure it does.
It's been
and that's
genius.
why they do it.
It's been genius.
And so, but they found they found that piece.
Indeed. And see, and that's what I'm looking at here, even with Konsider Magazine or Konsider Group. We got to understand that as certain things, as sensitivities at the beginning of the time, you know, nobody knew who Michael Jordan was. Nobody knew who.
Well, he's just another man.
Exactly. So I mean, it's all a beginning. It all starts at the beginning, but then at the same time, it's really about that support system. Those that it was actually supporting. Not saying it's bad or good, but when you really look at it, I mean, we know certain entities. Obviously, I don't want to sit here and say I'm all about the money and all this and that, because I'm non-materialistic. You know what I'm saying? But then it's at the same time, it's like, okay, we got to make a living. You know what I'm saying? We got to have certain things, food, roof over our head, food on the table, yada, yada, yada. But at the same time, it's like, how do we justify, or when do you get to a point where it's like, okay, you don't need all that, you know, this limelight, you got all these chauffeurs and all this other glamorous stuff. When do it come to a point where you be like, okay, it's time to chill, or it's time to relax? Not saying, because I mean, I love what Damon Dash was saying. Well, man, my lifestyle is not my lifestyle's $100,000 lifestyle. See what I'm saying? I gotta maintain that.
Of course you do.
You see what I'm saying? So I mean, I get that understanding, I get that mindset. But what what states that value? What creates that value? That's my point here. As we develop the value or the offer to give you, you see what I'm saying? That's something that is more valuable than, you know, the next Michael Jordan shoes or Jordans that's coming out that don't really have no value. It cost them $1 something in the store, and he just remaking the same shoe every so many years. And it's kind of interesting how fake the shoe is. At least back in the 80s, you could play in the shoes. You see where I'm coming from? So now it's like it's a whole different
They made the
mentality.
value, well,
It's
obviously
cheaper, but it's the value.
obviously the value is going to vary person to person too. It's
For
not
sure,
like
for
so
sure. Good point,
Jordan
good point.
shoes are extremely valuable to people that are into that.
Sure.
To me, it's not valuable
No,
at all.
No.
Like
no.
even if you gave me the shoes for free, I'd be like, oh, okay, a pair of shoes.
Indeed.
Fine.
Indeed.
Great.
I agree with that.
And I wouldn't pay any more money for Jordan shoes versus any other shoe.
Indeed.
But I'm not a shoe connoisseur.
Yeah, and that's it. That's
And to each their own. Everyone
Yeah,
can,
yeah, for
but,
sure.
But that's where, you know, there's that value, and they found a crowd that finds that value.
Exactly, that niche.
So
Yeah,
exactly
that
that niche.
niche. And that's one of the things we're developing here. We know we're based in sports, we're based in athletics, we're based in fitness, we're based in a few other subject
Health,
matters. Yeah, health, medical side, and like we said before in educating of cannabis whatnot episode, we actually talked about it's certain things that cannabis is overall municipal. It's all medical.
Yeah.
I mean, just like the blockhead we've been doing recently. It's what's cool about it. It's an indica, but it's a lovely indica. It works.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's like a laid back.
One of my favorites.
It's starting to be one of mine too as well because it just is real relaxing. Even when you wake up more on a high, but at the same time you're like
that's true.
chill. Like okay, just
that's
relax.
That's a good point.
You know,
we've been taking that a bit, and relaxes you. You feel good. You fall asleep quick.
Oh,
you
man.
sleep like a baby.
Oh, man.
But you wake up and you're ready to go.
Yeah, you ready.
You're
to go.
not groggy or
Nope,
whatever.
nope,
It's
you're
nice.
feeling
So
good.
highly
You're feeling
recommend
good.
it. The blockhead.
And for sure, it's interesting too because the weather patterns has been pretty. I mean,
Killing
it was cold last night.
Killing
It was actually the coldest last night
Yeah, like,
ever.
what,
36, something around there.
I saw 33 when I checked my phone in the morning.
So
now it's 10 o'clock, so I'm sure it was even
yes.
colder than that.
So that was interesting because your body was so relaxed. I know I was relaxed, feeling warm. I was,
That's why this time of year is tough.
Yes.
Because it's
Yes.
natural. I mean, some people get happy about it. They're weirdos, but I got an ex-coworker that just loves the rain, the dreary rain, and the
Wow.
clouds and the cold, and I'm like,
That
what
constitution.
are you talking about?
Interesting.
So on the reverse, it makes me want to hibernate. Like
No doubt.
maybe I'm a bear.
No doubt. And we all tend to, I mean, it's coming to the winter time, obviously. The winter time be here very soon. And I mean, we tend to, our bodies are part of the earth, as above, so below, right? Micro, macro. So we're definitely working with that, and especially with these time changes and all this other stuff. So our body's kind of like,
I'm not sure what to do.
yeah.
We're animals like any other animal.
Exactly.
I mean, it's some animals go to hibernate during the
For
winter.
sure.
Some animals keep it real low, and you don't see them very often. They're not hibernating, but they're just not doing a whole lot. And there's ones that thrive in it.
Yeah.
And that's the time they're coming out. And so just like animals in the wherever, we're just the same way. So so obviously my whatever genetic background or wherever ancestors have come from or whatnot, I'm one who wants to be low key and hibernate and sleep and eat a lot and
Eat a lot.
But then the summer comes, and I'm ready to rock and roll. I want to be
it's all
outside. I
sure.
want to run around. I can move all day long and love it. Enjoy myself all day long.
Good point.
And that's completely the opposite. So, anyways, coming back to value.
Yeah, value. Exactly.
Summer is valuable to me.
Exactly.
But it's not to everyone else.
You
It's
know.
again, you got to find, what works for whatever niche you're trying to do.
Indeed, and I would like to hear more from the audience. I would like to hear a lot more from the
I mean,
audience.
you guys
What
are our
some
bosses.
Of, yeah. What are some of the
You tell us what to do.
articles that's you enjoying? What are some of the subject matters you enjoying? Tap into. You are part of this.
Well, ultimately,
system. You are part of this system.
you guys you're going to change where this company goes.
Direction, yes.
Otherwise we're going to do what, we might think, but we're only 2 people.
Yeah, for sure. Well, technically 6, but.
But the whole group.
The whole
the 2 people sitting right here. But the whole group, yes. We're only 6 people or whatever and whatnot. So it's we want to do what's valuable
exactly
to you all.
And what you enjoy, what you like, what you would manifest. You know what I'm saying? We want you part of this success because you have been part of this success. I mean, we don't got 700 and some people on our Facebook page for nothing. I mean, obviously they're sticking around for something. You see what I'm saying? So it's something we given that you're valuing. I want to hear more from you. I would like to hear more from the audience, what they have to say. What are some of the things you may do to improve some of the things we have, even though it's give and take. Don't take me wrong. Everything we ain't going to be able to doing this and that unless you compensate or whatever the case may be. But at the same time, it's like
value for value.
Yeah, value for value. That's literally what we're here. And that's what I was, matter of fact, Greenside, I'm just putting that up, just dropping it in and saying, we went there last night. It was a pretty cool experience. You know what I'm saying? They're well educated. We did talk to a representative, and I didn't really get down and dirty like I really wanted to because we was kind of in and out. But I did offer them, told them, I'm a local magazine publisher, and would like to do an interview with them. You know what I'm saying? So they just gave me the card, kind of set up some time, maybe send them an email. We can sit down, whatnot. But like I said, the value, what makes us want to, some of the clients and customers go there, and it's super busy there. You know what I'm saying? Super busy.
Well, I mean, there's shops everywhere.
Yeah, for sure.
And so there's, how do you choose? Obviously, you're going to, at least at the beginning, choose for convenience.
No
whatever's
doubt.
the closest.
No doubt.
And then you might, this is what happened to us. What's convenient was closest.
Yeah.
These guys happen to be.
Yeah, for sure.
They're advertising all over the place.
Yeah.
Like they're on billboards around here.
For sure.
They're busy.
Yeah.
There's one up in Renton, the Evergreen Market, that I like a lot.
That's
they have a
right.
cool
That's
atmosphere.
Right. You did say that.
And knowledgeable there too.
Yeah,
I wasn't
for
there very long, but it's the same. It's, I haven't been in here.
No doubt.
Which
It's
is
a really
funny.
cool, small little space.
I've been outside of there, but I've never been in it. But everyone, we buy from here a lot.
Yeah, that's right.
And so
that's right.
I'm always
right.
smoking or
that's
whatever
right.
what they've got. So
So
far it's valuable to
no, and that's key. And I mean, be on the lookout because in December we're going to be releasing our second issue. And the value is actually going to be stepping up, really. The value is going to be stepping up because we're incorporating some great interviews for you, some fascinating interviews for you. Actually, kind of bucking this little system a little bit. So you're going to start seeing a few tiers here, a few things that's kind of going to challenge you a little bit, get you a little uncomfortable, but at the same time, think about, these guys, they're doing something that's totally different, and that's the value, really.
Exactly.
That's the value. I mean, I can't express this enough. Yeah, okay, you can criticize whatever the DPI if you even know that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Sorry about all that. But at the same time, see, it's about action. That's the one thing I've been learning.
Here?
Go ahead.
This is the first issue. Can we appreciate that value right here?
Come on, brother.
I'm not trying to
and you can go buy one.
toot our own horns here.
Yes.
But this is a concept, basically.
Yes.
Before all this has happened. This was out.
Yes.
I saw this thing And I was like, no shit.
Exactly.
This is legit.
Manifestation.
Like it's not just talk. You know, you have a product, and not only a fake product. It's not a fake product. It's the interviews and articles in here are real.
Are real
For a first issue.
And that's what
it looks good. Anyways,
but that's what we're
trying
doing
to
here.
get the value.
Yes, we're doing that.
You did all this, but this needed to be an awesome first bang.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's what it is.
And the cool thing I love about that's what I love about listening to podcasts and, you know, audio tapes, whatever the case may be. The key thing, the product is never perfect, but at the same time, the people, you make it the value. You make this perfect. You see what I'm saying? That's the cool thing.
Well, that's what I was saying about you guys steer where we go. This was, you know, what this guy thought should be the direction.
No.
But if you all are paying attention and it grabbed you, and you thought, hey, maybe let's talk to these guys about going this direction,
exactly.
or talk about this, and we haven't thought about that, or
Indeed.
whatnot.
Indeed.
That's what we got to know. Give you what you want, so we give you the value.
For sure.
And that's how to make this helpful in your own life. Everything you do in life should be valuable to what you're doing.
and not allowing somebody to dictate that either. Don't take.
Well, yeah, what's valuable to somebody else doesn't mean
not.
it can be for you.
Yes, for sure. So, and now we coming down to our 40 seconds.
Okay.
So we just wanted to bring that back to circle. Developing value is what we're talking about here, and we're talking about a little logistic business side of what Konsider's about and how we felt about something developing value. And the key thing is developing value. Help us develop value within what you may like or what we can help connect the elements. Because that's really where it comes down, the connection. Kind of like the herbs, the spices, the cannabis. It connects. You see what I'm saying? It connects us. And like
KonsiderGroup.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.